Today, 100 years ago, a single constable in a white coat now held the power to freeze an empire's traffic. 5 o'clock struck, and the busiest junction in London waited. The constable stepped forward, reached upward, and pulled the switch. 4 electric lanterns, red, amber, green, glowed above the tangle of motor cars, taxis, and horse-drawn drays. The air smelled of hot metal and petrol. Engines coughed. Drivers gripped wheels. The first set of British traffic lights had come alive at Piccadilly Circus. Before this moment, the same officer stood on a wooden platform, sleeves flapping as he waved 6 roads into order. Now a metal pole 23 feet high carried the new command. Each lantern housing bore a small Union flag, fluttering against the evening sky. At 50 pounds, the installation was modest, yet it answered a deadly year. 4,886 road deaths across Britain the summer before. The constable waited. Drivers watched. Then red flared. Everything stopped. The question hung in the exhaust. Would a row of colored bulbs really tame this chaos? Amber followed, then green. The first cautious vehicles rolled forward. Within seconds, the pattern repeated, turning guesswork into rhythm. Halfway through the evening rush, a fresh doubt appeared. If one constable could still override the lights, how much real safety had been gained? The officer stayed beside the pole, hand on the lever, eyes on every lane. A horse-drawn dray halted inches from a taxi. Both drivers looked up at the same glowing signal and obeyed. By the time darkness settled, the junction had moved like clockwork. Within weeks, the count was clear. Accidents at Piccadilly Circus had dropped by 60%. The white-coated figure remained, proof that technology still needed a human heartbeat. The pole stood, flags snapping, lights blinking, and an empire's traffic learned to wait its turn. If the moment Piccadilly Circus traded waving arms for colored lanterns stayed with you, there are many more firsts waiting to be remembered. Like and subscribe for the next chapter.